So I had done a story about a black 2001 Mustang Bullitt that was involved in a flood. It was a local car here, and I was able to go see that car in person, and I just happened to be assigned to help clean up that house when they canceled church on a Sunday and had everybody go with their shovels and help scoop out basements and clean up and everything. And it was a really unfortunate thing, but this Bullitt had gotten flooded and the car had water in the cup holders. There's a water line there halfway up the door, you can see. And I have the whole story about that car. I'll put that link in the video description if you'd like to see more about that car. But basically, the car did go to auction, and I tried to bid on it, but the bid did not go through with the person who was helping me bid on the car, and I did not end up getting the car. And so I don't know whatever happened to it. So maybe somebody knows. That'd be great to know. But anyway, that Bullitt was lost and gone and went to auction, and I never saw it again. And so unfortunately, the flood that took out this car was a 1 in every 100 years type of a flood, and it was just enough in a few minutes to take out this poor Bullitt. And I thought about that the whole drive up towards the car show, which is what this video is about. We'll be headed up to a car show in that same neighborhood where unfortunately this Bullitt was totaled out in a flood. But I think of that, and that's where we're getting at here. So the owner, or previous owner of this Bullitt, had called me, and I hadn't talked to him for years since this had happened, and he asked me how things were going, and we had a great time talking, and we swapped Mustang stories, and he told me that he had actually gotten a pretty good insurance check from the Bullitt. He got enough to put the money towards a new Mustang. And he had gone to Barrett-Jackson and looked at Mustangs, and he used to have a 67, like a GT390, kind of like the Steve McQueen car. It was even Highland Green back a long time ago. That was a cool story. And so he was looking into Mustangs and talking with his kids, and one of his sons was saying how he wanted to see him get back into a Mustang again, and they looked around at Barrett-Jackson but didn't really like the prices. And after they kicked the idea around and they were down there in Scottsdale for the Barrett-Jackson auction, they decided to look around at some dealerships around there, and they did find one down there in the Arizona area that was willing to sell them a brand new black Coyote that he said it had to be a V8 5.0 and it had to be a stick shift. And so he did get that car. And so I was happy to hear about that, and we talked all about that. And he invited me to come up to the community car show. I used to live up that way, and so that's how we met, and my cars were all up there and stuff. So he still considers me part of that community, even though it's about 20-30 minutes away. And so he said, why don't you come up for the car show and invite your brother? And so I did, along with my friend who has a GT500. And so we decided to head out and go to the car show. My friend and I were looking forward to this for about a month. And my other friend with the GT500 who's going to tag along and I were thinking about this for about a week, and I invited him, and it was going to be really fun. So let's go ahead and head out to the show. Stopped at my brother's house, and he put some air in my tires. Really nice of him to do that for me. He has a really big, nice compressor. So he was cleaning up his Cobra and getting it ready for the day. beautiful Red Cliffs Temple in southern Utah, and it's almost complete. So I'm looking forward to going there as soon as it's finished, and I get to drive past it every day. It's on the main road headed to town, so that's just awesome. I love seeing it lit up like that. It's looking really wonderful. So we arrived at my friend Ed's house, and he lives one street over from my first house. And so this is my old neighborhood. It's fun to be here. This is where my wife and I had our first home, and where I bought and built a lot of Mustangs over the years. Lots of good memories in this neighborhood. He has some cool coins and stuff here. His garage is always fun to hang out in. All car guys are the same. We all have really fun stuff that we like to enjoy and collect. I've been looking at the Roush coins lately, so it's kind of cool to see these Shelby coins, the Roush coins that come in the spare tire kit that are pure silver. So anyway, looking at his GT500, getting ready for the day, and my brother and I were just talking about how we used to look at these in the showroom. So got in the cars and got ready to go, and we're going to drive up to the car show now. Such a beautiful drive. I used to drive my red Mach 1 here every single day. I would daily drive this highway. I put over 20,000 miles on this Mach 1, and I loved every mile. right, so we made it up to the little community where the car show is going to be. There's a little road just right by the firehouse near the park where the car show is supposed to be. I think it's funny, it says dead end right there on that sign, because this is the same street that ex-girlfriend of mine used to live on. So I couldn't help but look at that and say, yeah, that probably was a dead end street. Anyway, nice morning, looking good, cars all looking good, and we saw where there were some other cars starting to line up just behind us, so we decided to go ahead and move over there. So we parked over there, then we went over and started to stage the cars where we could go over and park on the grass, and the goal was to have all the Mustangs lined up together and the GTOs together and the Corvettes together. And it was a pretty good temperature. Everything was really nice. You can see the firehouse here. They have a lot of volunteer firefighters, and they were all part of this community show, so this is going to be fun. So this is the black Mustang GT500 that my friend had got to replace his black Bullitt that we saw in the beginning of the video. Beautiful car, cloth seats, stick shift, everything you need in a Mustang. So he really likes this car a lot, and it looks really good. So here's a little banner they had us put on the windshields that tells what the cars are, and just got all the cars parked and ready. And people were starting to show up some more, but here's Zinc Yellow and Screaming Yellow next to each other. My brother's is the Screaming Yellow. That's a year change from 03 to 04. Here's a couple of Corvettes, Z06, and then the Corvette convertible. Nice 40,000 mile original car. And here we are with all the Mustangs lined up, looking good together. And just a nice part of the shady morning there, so that's a good spot. We were happy to have that spot there. And here comes a Rouge. This is stage 3. It was a very nice couple. They were nice to talk to. The guy walking next to it is the one who has the black Coyote Mustang, so they're all friends up there. I had seen this LS7 Corvette 60th anniversary convertible at another car show. I have it in one of my videos when we went out to the Sand Hollow car show, and so it's good to see this car again. And I knew the guy lived up here. He told me it hasn't moved since that car show. That's the only place he's taken it. So look at this breakfast. These guys were dedicated, and they did a lot. They brought all these chairs and tables and stuff, so that was really nice. And then just here's some more of that Rouge and some other cars here at the show. I like this 69 Camaro SS 396. Beautiful looking car. The guy who owns this also owned that blue Corvette convertible, and then he has the black GTO convertible that was parked by the Mustangs.
Yeah. I saw it too. I was looking at it and I go, oh, it's just out of my price range. Maybe I'll watch it, and then he ended up.
So just making our way down the highway on the way home now. Beautiful drive. It's fun to see it from both directions. There's quite a view up here. And like I said, I used to daily drive my red Mach 1 every day here, and I drive my other Mustangs and stuff to town. This is on the way down to town, and this was my commute to work every day, so I enjoyed it a lot. I think it was really nice to be able to have done that for a few years. I even saw this white Mach 1 on the way back. They live up that way. I've talked to the owner of that car. I actually offered to buy that Mach 1 before I bought this yellow one, and they had changed their mind. They told me they were interested in selling it, and then they said, no, we bought it brand new. We don't want to sell it anymore. We just don't want to give it up. So anyway, nice show. Beautiful time to take the Mach 1 out. I had a great time. It's always nice to drive the different Mustangs and take them to these different shows and have fun. Great community, great people, nice breakfast. Everything was really fun about it. It was great to hang out with my brother and my friend, and get to talk to my other friend too and see his new Mustang that he replaced the Bullitt with. And You know, just a really nice time. So that's the update, and that's the little car show. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more Mustang content.